put your lighters up. New York, put your lighters up. DC, keep putting your lighters up. Philadelphia, put your lighters up.
Hey everybody, welcome to the tutorial on how to film a tutorial on how to do some lighter tricks. As you can see, we've been smoking, but one of the most important things for any tutorial, starting off, you want a good, catchy introduction that lets everybody know what the tutorial is about, gets them interested, gets them excited for whatever they're gonna learn. And as you can see, we've got some lighters over here, different kinds, but it's always cool to know a lighter trick or two when you're at the bar, or you're hanging out with people you want to show off. And it's also really important to tell the viewer why they want to know whatever skill you're about to show them in a tutorial. Now there's definitely tricks for these kind of lighters, the plastic, the Bic kind, but I'm gonna show you how to do it with like the Zippo kind. We got a couple different kinds here. This one's a real Zippo, but these ones are like knockoffs. But as long as you got like this metal, opening kind, these tricks all work the same. And you want to talk, technically a little bit about some of the specific things you're going to be going over, the specifications, the dynamics and whatever. And you also kind of want to plan out, maybe write down what you're going to say before you start saying it, so you don't have to do any jarring jump cuts when you're editing your video to edit out stupid things that you say. So you get your lighter, and when you're filming a video, you kind of want like a nice background. So we've got this dirty cigarette ash covered table. Clear it off a little bit, and if you're filming up close, a good table or like a cutting mat or a tablecloth is good. If you're filming something bigger with like a wider shot, keep in mind what you have in your background so it's not noisy and distracting and dumb looking. Maybe make sure you're not wearing any noisy jewelry so people are looking at what you're trying to show them and not what you're wearing or how you're dressed, whatever. So there's a couple different tricks you can do with these lighters. So the first one is the snap open. So what you do, and you want to go step by step, instructing the viewer on each important detail, how to do it when done in order to complete the task or project you're showing them successfully. So you take your lighter and you put the hinge, if you're right-handed, you take the hinge, you make sure it's facing left, and you take your thumb, your index finger, and your middle finger. You place your thumb on the bottom of the lighter and your two fingers on the corners. And what you're doing is you're bringing them together like this in a snapping motion. And as you drag your two fingers down the back of the lighter, it's gonna open up when you do it quickly. So let's get a slow-mo shot of that so you can see what I'm talking about. So that's one way to open the lighter. You'd be like, hey baby, got a light? And when you're done explaining something kind of dry and technical, it helps to maybe have something funny or interesting, to make sure your viewers don't drift off, get bored, switch the video, whatever. A lot of people have ADD these days. It's hard to hold people's attention, but that's one way to open the lighter. And the next way, unfortunately, takes two hands, so I'm gonna have to switch to a little tripod thing. And that's an important consideration when you're filming a tutorial video is, physically how you're going to film it. What kind of camera you're going to use. You're going to use your phone. Do you need lights? Do you need a tripod? You don't want to be filming in like a dark, dingy garage on a dirty table. Nobody's able to see what you're doing. So let's get the tripod and I'll show you a two-handed lighter trick. So I've got the camera set up so I can use both my hands. Now this one's a little less cool than the first trick I showed you, but it's kind of a two-part trick and you need to be able to snap your fingers. I'm not super great at snapping my fingers, it's not that loud, but I can do it well enough to do this trick. And it's important to maybe let your viewers know if they're attempting your project or your tutorial, what kind of equipment they're going to need, what kind of skills they might already need to have, before they start doing stuff. You don't want to assume that people know stuff that you know, and then they try and do what you're trying to do, and they can't do it. So if you don't know how to snap your fingers, maybe look up a finger snapping tutorial. So here's the next way to open a lighter. So hold the lighter pretty firmly. You don't need to gorilla grip it, but keep it, don't choke up on it too much because you want to keep your fingers away from the hinge part because that's the part you're going to need to open. So you don't want your thumb up here in the way. So you take your middle finger and your thumb and you put your index finger kind of behind your middle finger and you snap. Just like that, but you're snapping over the hinge of the lighter. That opens it up. So here, I'll show you another slow-mo on how to do that. So you snap it open, and there's also a way to snap light it. Now this kind of hurts your finger a little bit, so you might chip a nail or something if you have long nails. Maybe don't try this one or bite your nails down or whatever. Always inform the viewer of your tutorial if they need any safety equipment. You don't want anybody getting hurt on following your advice. But what you do is you snap again, and watch my middle finger when I snap. See how it goes down like this? You want to translate your middle finger's movement across like the sparker wheel of the lighter, and it should light the flame. But if your lighter is kind of junky, doesn't light the first time, it needs more gas, whatever, make sure your lighter's in good condition, because it sucks if you just keep snapping and banging your finger on this. Kind of hurts, but you go like, see, I'm not so good at this one. Come on. There we go. Yeah, that hurts a little bit, but yeah, there we go. Just need to juice it up. So the whole movement altogether is, see, even the people who make the tutorials aren't perfect at what they're teaching you to do, but those are some cool lighter tricks. Fucking A. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. You can do it with different kinds of lighters. You can, experiment. Maybe if you have a favorite lighter, you can do different tricks on. And, it's always fun to make a tutorial about something you're passionate about, teaching people different tricks, showing them your different, stuff. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned a lot about, making videos and doing lighter tricks. So put your knowledge to good use and go light a lighter a cool way and make a cool tutorial. Thanks for watching. See ya.